What's going on YouTube? It's your boy John B. Come back to you guys with a brand new haircut tutorial. I know it's been a minute since I released the video. It's probably been like a month, but I just got moved into my new place, so now I'm ready to get back on the grind. Hope you all have been doing good. Hope everybody's busy getting their haircuts in and just getting better and progressing, because that's what I feel like I've been doing. So today I'm bringing you guys a mid-bald fade comb over on my boy Jaden. Usually comes about every 3 weeks, and yeah, first off I'm gonna start by wetting the hair, and usually I like to make the hair like pretty wet just because I feel like you get the cleanest cut when the hair is damp. And I'm starting from the back here just because I've been doing this recently and it's been helping me a lot with like making sure everything is even. So I try to keep my sections clean for the most part, and just grab smaller sections and then move your way to the front. So once you're done with the top, I'm going to use my Babyliss Fx trimmers, and I'm going to make my first guideline. I'm going to drop it a little bit in the back, but I'm only doing that just to give myself some leeway because I am not trying to make it a high fade. So we're just going to drop it a little bit. And just remember, for whatever you do to one side, you're going to have to do to the other. But for this tutorial, I'm only going to show one side just because I was running short on time and I really wanted to get this in. Next, I'm going to hit it with my shaver, and I'm going to go right below that first guideline I made. I don't go all the way into it just because you're going to make it hard on yourself to blend that line out. And as you can tell, I do have a new lens on my camera, and I really hope that it helps you guys because that's the main purpose. I got it for you guys, and hopefully I can produce better content and better quality for you guys. So next, I'm gonna go with my clipper all the way open, and this technique I'm gonna show you guys is the most basic technique, especially for beginners, but I still do it just because, you know what I mean, like you always gonna switch up your techniques just to try what's like good for you, and lately it's been working for me, so this is like the most basic technique. So we're gonna go all the way open, and then to erase that line, we're gonna go with it close, and close means when the clipper's at its shortest length with the lever all the way to the top. And we're gonna just hit that bottom line first just to break the barrier, and we're gonna slowly open it the higher we go. So by the time you get to the top of the guideline, that lever should all the way be at the bottom. Use small strokes and be very light-handed, that way you won't make such a harsh guideline. Alright, now you got that out the way. Next guard is the number 1 guard. And you're going to make your next guideline following the same exact shape you did with your no guard open. And you're just going to follow the same shape like I said, and pretty much just take out that line with the half guard. And I start with it closed and I open it the higher we go. Same exact techniques. So the key to this blending technique is to not bring the fade higher, which means don't go too high with the lever all the way closed, because you're just gonna bring it higher and it's just gonna look off, and you do not want to do that, especially with this technique. But it's a really good technique for beginners, so it's all personal preference. I like how it's coming out lately and I'm having fun with it. So you see how I'm just playing with the lever. So once you get through all that lever stuff, you'll see the little details that you have to fix, so just be aware of that. So next guard I'm going with is a number 1.5, and I'm going all the way open because I'm going to start blending it into the top. So when I reach the top of his head, I'm flicking out. As you can see, I'm not making another harsh guideline because we're going to get rid of that with the clipper over comb. So we're just going to go really light-handed just to blend out the little dark spots. And this should be close to finishing the blend. After that, it's just clipper over comb like right here. And your blend should come out correctly if you follow these steps. Obviously, you're gonna have to go back and do some touch-up work, but that's normal with every blend that you do. You're gonna do touch-up work because every head is different. Everybody has dips in their head, and you just gotta train your eye to perfect it. And the longer you do it, the more repetition, and it'll just be straight after that. As you can see here, I'm just going with my number 1.5 guard, excuse me, and I'm gonna go with it all the way closed. And pretty much I'm just playing with the lever at this point. I'm just doing some touch-up work, and as you can see, that blend is coming out pretty good in my opinion. So I'm pretty glad how this came out, and I'll catch you guys when I'm on the lineup. So moving on to lineup, I'm using the same trimmers that I use for my bald guideline, and I usually start with the C cup first, just because that's like the most important part. That's gonna be where your box ends. So I usually like to use the corner on my blade. So I know his side of his, like, part of his hook is a little dark, but we usually take that out after we do the lineup, just because you'll see those little details once you put in the line, because it'll just stick out more, and if you have the eye for it, you can see which areas still need some work. So as you can see, I'm going with it like a lot of times, and I'm sorry for blocking, but I'm using my 0 guard with the no guard actually, with the clipper all the way open on my Andes Master, just to get the hair sticking out. And as you can see, I am kind of taking off a lot, but for his head, he doesn't have like the best lineup, so he's pretty hairy, so we gotta clean that up for him. And as you can see, I don't push him back a lot on the side. It's just majority of his front hairline, which is common for a lot of people. It just depends on the client. And he doesn't like a natural hairline. He wants it lined up because obviously it looks a little cleaner. So as you can see, I'm just touching up a lot because you gotta make sure you get those little hairs and the little details. People appreciate that, and it's worth it. If it's worth the effort of like feeling good after you kill a haircut, feel me? And then I'm gonna go with my razor, and I use Astra blades because lately they've been hitting way better than Derby, because Derby's pretty much like the standard blades, but yeah, Astra been killing it for me. So when you're doing this, don't forget to stretch the skin, and it'll make your life a whole lot easier. And that's basically the end of the haircut. I didn't record the style just because, like I said, we're in the middle. We just started the week and the day, so I couldn't really like record everything in that amount of time to finish this haircut. But I really appreciate you guys here comes the final product. And if you haven't yet, click the like button, subscribe to my channel. I promise you, I'm back on the grind and we're gonna kill it this year. And if you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram. It's your boy John B. Thank you guys, and I'm out.